How do you review impartially when you're reviewing a film whose genre you're not very comfortable with? How do you review commercial masala movies? Like Ala Vaikuntapuramlo. A commercial movie may have done really well in theaters, audience would have loved it. So generally, how does one review, say, a commercially masala movie as such, which may not have the artistic qualities of a good film?
First of all, I disagree with the fact that a masala movie cannot have artistic value because it depends on the person making it. If you take movies, there's a great run of masala movies that happened in the 90s, in the 2000s. It started with Dil, Dhool, Run, Gilli, Sami. These are all fantastic films that like especially Sami. I just love that movie. It's so well written. You can actually take that script and study it in order to say how this is how you have to write a masala movie. This is where the conflict point should be. This is how the villain should be introduced. This is where this one should be there. This is the hero introduction scene. I mean, like it's like a classic example of what to do. And Dhool also. You have that same water problem issue as in Sardar, but look at the playful way in which Dhool handles it, and look at the that messagey way in which Sardar handles it. I mean, I enjoyed Sardar to an extent, but I'm saying that there were people who see like everything else. Masala is a genre, like a thing. I'm not talking about mass films. See, mass films. My definition is mass is basically a collection of bits to satisfy a hero's fans. Okay, like Mersal for me is a mass film. Because there is not really, the screenplay is basically one clothesline, and then you throw in one magic act, one song, one this thing song, one that thing song, which is fine. I mean, like, see, at the end of the day, if it entertains, you're fine. You're not looking at everything through a microscope and saying, is it happening or not? But that is mass, where I will slowly get out of the chair and put one step forward, and all that kind of stuff. That's mass. Whereas with masala, it is a genuine genre which erupted in the late 70s and early 80s in late 60s and early 70s in Hindi cinema, and then percolated down thing. And the chief architects of the genre were people like Salim Javed and all that, who wrote movies like Masala Cinema. I'm not going to get into this. Maybe we can do it in the next session. But so basically, masala is the flavor. It's like noir. You can have a noir film, or you can have a drama with noir flavor. So you can have a masala film, or you can have a film or drama. Like, for example, Abura Sagodargal is a masala movie. Whereas Diwar is a drama with masala elements. Masala is basically an elevated way of saying things that you would not like. For example, the way I'd speak to you would be like every line would be like a punch, or every sequence would lead to a punch line, or every something like not Naurudara Sonamari, not like that. That is the punch line constructed, but that's the way masala movies construct. And I don't think we have that many people who understand masala cinema anymore, or maybe they think it's beneath them or whatever it is. They have masala elements, but they don't really. Kantara is a good example of masala cinema, though I got bashed up on Twitter for saying it's masala cinema. I don't know why. It's like, if that's not masala cinema, what is? So, so I think there is always a question of, I don't like this word impartial, unbiased, all these things, because at the end of the day, what I'm doing is telling my views about something. I'm not here to tell you whether you will like it or not. I'm here to tell you whether I liked it and what reasons. And that is why I'm hoping that you either see my videos or read my reviews, because you want to know what I thought of it. If I'm going to think the same as you, you don't need to read it. No, you can just assume that I did it. And when you go into a movie, I think you should become a movie critic only if you like all genres, from masala to, you should not look down on anything. If you look down on anything, then that means that you're already getting a bit like snobbish. Just like, I think if you're a literary critic, all the so-called new English authors who are writing for Indian English people, you should be able to engage with them at that value and say this is working or not working. So I would say that I don't do I treat every movie the same way. I go in, give 10 minutes for the movie to tell me I'm going to be the sort of movie. I adjust that tuner in my brain, get into that zone, and then evaluate that movie on that level. So, for me, Raiders of the Lost Ark is one hell of a masala movie, and also it's an amazing script because everything is heightened in it, and everything is one set piece after another, one set piece after another, and it done so well. Whereas today, you don't find that sensibility anymore, even in Hollywood to an extent, because it's like almost that they've lost the joy. Because I think most of all, you should have that joy in making a masala movie, a commercial movie. And commercial is not a bad word. Like Tiruchitrambalam is an example of a great film which had a very good script and which kind of did well. And I think I really, really like that movie because of this one reason. Because it is actually, if you strip the movie of its muscle and see its skeleton, it's actually a very gloomy movie. It's about a person who lost his mother and blames his father for that loss, and so he has stopped talking to his father, and the grandfather has to be the mediator between the father and the son, and this son wants to hurt the father so much that he has refused to go to college. He's stuck with a dead-end job, and like he's refusing to do things, and he's unlucky in love, he's unlucky in life. Look at that. I mean, but the movie makes you feel good. That's really good writing. The movie doesn't, you could make a real tragedy out of this movie, But that movie, at the end of the day, people watch it like they're watching a comedy. But I always say, this is not a rom-com. This is not at all a rom-com. This is a very serious drama that's disguised as the feel is like that of a light movie. So it's not easy writing a commercial movie. I hope I answered your question.